You might be thinking, why isn't Atticus Finch working? It's a question that, on the surface, seems almost absurd, doesn't it? Atticus Finch, the paragon of justice, the unwavering moral compass of Maycomb, the man who stood against the tide of racial prejudice with a quiet dignity that resonated through generations. He's the lawyer who took on the seemingly unwinnable case of Tom Robinson, demonstrating courage, integrity, and an almost superhuman dedication to what is right. He's the father who patiently guided his children, Jem and Scout, through the complexities of their world, teaching them empathy, understanding, and the importance of walking in someone else's shoes. He's, in essence, the very embodiment of a system working as it should, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in injustice. So, to even ask why he isn't working feels counterintuitive, almost blasphemous to the literary icon he has become. But hold that thought, because when we ask why Atticus isn't working, we're not just asking about his literal employment status within the narrative of To Kill a Mockingbird. We're delving into something far more profound, something that transcends the pages of Harper Lee's masterpiece and touches upon the very fabric of how we perceive justice, morality, and the efficacy of individual action in the face of systemic adversity. We're asking if, despite his monumental efforts, Atticus truly succeeded in changing the deeply ingrained prejudices of Maycomb. We're asking if his unwavering commitment to the law, while admirable, ultimately failed to deliver true justice for Tom Robinson. And, perhaps most importantly, we're asking if the very qualities that make him so admirable, his idealism, his adherence to due process, his belief in the inherent goodness of people, are, in a broader sense, ultimately ineffective in dismantling deeply entrenched societal ills. Think about it. Atticus, a skilled and respected lawyer, dedicates himself fully to Tom Robinson's defense. He presents a meticulous case, dissects the prosecution's flimsy arguments, and exposes the blatant lies of the Ewells. He appeals to the jury's reason, their sense of fairness, their very humanity. And what is the outcome? A guilty verdict. A devastating, unjust verdict that sends an innocent man to his death. From a purely practical standpoint, in the immediate context of that trial, Atticus failed. His work, in that specific instance, did not achieve the desired outcome of acquittal. Tom Robinson was not saved. Justice, in its most immediate and tangible form, was not served. Now, some might argue that his failure was inevitable, given the pervasive racism of the time and place. And they wouldn't be wrong. Atticus himself understands the odds are stacked against him. He knows the jury will likely convict Tom simply because he is black and Mayella Ewell is white, regardless of the evidence. But does knowing the odds excuse the failure, or does it highlight a deeper truth about the limitations of individual action against powerful, entrenched systems? Consider the ripple effect of Atticus's actions. While he lost the battle for Tom's freedom, did he win a larger war? Did his principled stand, his unwavering commitment to justice, somehow shift the needle of public opinion in Maycomb? It's a complex question. We see glimpses of impact. Mr. Cunningham's sudden change of heart at the jailhouse, the respect Atticus garners from some members of the community, even the lingering sense of unease among some of the jurors after the verdict. Scout and Jem, through their father's example, learn invaluable lessons about courage, empathy, and the importance of standing up for what is right, even when it's unpopular. In that sense, Atticus's work undeniably worked in shaping the moral compass of his children and perhaps planting seeds of doubt in the minds of a few others. However, Maycomb remains deeply segregated and prejudiced even after the trial. The town doesn't suddenly transform into an enlightened bastion of racial equality. The same societal norms and biases that led to Tom's conviction persist. This brings us to a crucial point. Is the measure of working solely about achieving a desired outcome, or does it also encompass the process, the integrity of the effort, and the long-term, perhaps immeasurable, impact on consciousness? Perhaps Atticus isn't working in the sense of being a revolutionary figure who single-handedly overturns a corrupt system. He's not a firebrand activist leading mass protests. His method is quiet, methodical, rooted in the legal system and the power of reasoned argument. He believes in the system, even when it is flawed, and he strives to work within its confines to achieve justice. This approach, while admirable, can be seen as inherently limited when confronting deeply ingrained prejudice that operates outside the strictures of legal rationality. Racism, after all, isn't rational. It's emotional, historical, and deeply embedded in social structures. So, when we ask why Atticus isn't working, we're asking about the efficacy of a particular kind of heroism. Is the quiet, principled stand, the meticulous adherence to due process, enough to dismantle systems of injustice? Or does it require a more disruptive, revolutionary approach? Atticus represents a faith in humanity's ability to reason, to overcome prejudice through exposure to truth. He believes in the power of individual conscience to eventually triumph over ignorance. But the reality presented in To Kill a Mockingbird is that this process is painfully slow, often brutally disappointing, and rarely results in immediate, sweeping change. His failure in Tom Robinson's trial is not a testament to his inadequacy as a lawyer or a person. Instead, it's a stark reflection of the powerful, deeply rooted nature of prejudice. It highlights the often frustrating truth that while individual acts of courage and integrity are essential, they are often insufficient on their own to dismantle centuries of systemic injustice. Atticus did his work. He did it with integrity, with compassion, and with an unwavering commitment to justice. But the system itself, the broader society, was not yet ready to work for Tom Robinson. His legacy, then, isn't about winning every case or single-handedly transforming Maycomb overnight. His legacy is about the quiet power of moral courage, the unwavering commitment to justice even in the face of certain defeat, and the profound impact of modeling integrity for future generations. He isn't working in the sense of achieving instant, dramatic victory over evil, but he is working tirelessly and fundamentally to uphold the very ideals that society should strive for, even when it falls short. And in that, he is perhaps working more profoundly than any immediate legal victory could ever accomplish. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.